I'll display. Good.
Welcome, everyone. We'll get started here in just 1 minute. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. All right, welcome everyone. We'll go ahead and get started for today's session. My name is Emily Rosenfeld and I'm with the US CDC and I will be moderating today's panel, joined by our presenters, Sanait Pekadu and from the WHO Regional Africa Regional Office and Yusuf Kanute from WHO Headquarters. Thank you all for joining our weekly webinar series and welcome to our final session on incident management systems. Today we'll complete a roundup of IMS series and we'll be joined by presenters from our previous sessions who will serve as panelists on today's session to help assist with any remaining questions you may have on the materials presented and any other questions you may want to ask about the materials that have been presented. Our panelists for today's session include Osman Al-Mahal from WHO EMRO, Womi Teng from Africa CDC, Chuck Mention from US CDC, and Emily Collard from Public Health England. We look forward to continuing to engage with everyone through these informative webinars and interactive discussions. Just a couple quick reminders that translation services are available through this platform, so please feel free to click the buttons at the bottom of your screen to access those translation services. As this is the last session in this series, our goal is to make sure that it is as interactive as possible. So to assist with this, we'll be prompting you to use various tools today during the session to submit your thoughts, as well as our goal is to have ample time for Q&A with all of the presenters and panelists, where you can ask questions directly and we will unmute you, or you can still submit them into the Q&A box for the moderator. We'll make sure to answer them throughout the Q&A. We're also utilizing quizzes as we have in previous series and sessions. We're utilizing these quizzes to continue learning and serve as a knowledge check of the information that has been presented. Please do note that in order to receive a certificate for this series, you must complete the quiz and have attended all of the webinars in the series. In addition, if you have not already done so, we continue to encourage you to join the PHEOC's communities of practice on Discord for continuous engagement with experts and professional colleagues through the link that will be posted in the chat box shortly. Today's session marks the conclusion of the Incident Management Systems series. This series covered a range of topics essential to the application of IMS in public health emergency management. Through this series, participants have learned to apply concepts of emergency management and review the use and role of incident management systems, describe the use of IMS to establish planning management functions to work within a coordinated and systematic approach, discuss IMS implementation at the international, national, subnational, and local level, and provide an opportunity and a forum for sharing those challenges and opportunities, and in reviewing tools and resources to help support the development and strengthening of IMS structures to align with established practices and international norms. This series has also been supported by the use of case studies and lessons learned, drawing upon experiences from the PHEOC communities of practice to share and learn good practices on topics relating to IMS. Before we dive into the interactive Q&A, the final topic of this series will be presented by Sanait Pekadu and Yusuf Kanute and it will be on IMS Internal Communications. Yusuf is an epidemiologist and veterinarian, and he has worked for different departments and teams within WHO, including the Food Safety and Zoonotic Disease Department, Antimicrobial Resistance Department. Currently, he is a technical officer with the WHO Emergency Program, where he supports the activities of the Public Health Emergency Operations Center Network, or EOC-NET. Within the EOC-NET, he co-designs and conducts various EOC-related research projects to support the development of technical guidances. Sinait works for the WHO Regional Office for Africa as a technical officer for emergency operations centers within the WHO Health Emergencies Program. She leads WHO functions and implementation of public health emergency operations centers in the WHO Africa region. She proactively works with member states and all relevant partners to coordinate and establish the operationalization of national PHEOCs in the African region. She has also been supporting member states in designing and equipping PHEOCs, development of plans and procedures for PHEOC operations, and capacity building, as well as simulation exercises. So at this time, I think I will turn it over to my colleagues Sinait and Yusuf to walk us through today's presentation. So over to you both.
Yusuf, are you going to share your screen, or I do it from my side? Okay, thank you, Emily, for the introduction. Our today's topic is Ims Internal Communication, and will be presented by my colleague Yusuf and myself. So I will take the first part and so the objective is to participants to understand the strategies and the mechanism for internal communication and describe the vertical and horizontal communications and information. So what is an internal communication within IMS? What is it, and why do we need it? It refers to tools that are responsible for effective information flow and communication among participants within an organization or the organization of the incident management system. So this is how it is defined. And internal communication involves communication between top management, which is a policy group, the management, and the response staff. Overall, internal communication has